Hi everyone, I'm DCSG81, and if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. This is where you will find me doing reviews for action figures, custom heads and accessories, as well as some comparison and all sort of fun stuff. So make sure you stick around and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button so that you won't miss any of my latest video. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering why do I show you the clips from Dumb and Dumber, it's because this figure that I'm going to review is actually kind of remind me of his tongue. Yeah, he's always remind me of his tongue, and this figure is Tao Pai Pai.
Who?
Tao Pai Pai.
Who?
Tao Pai Pai, god damn it. Okay, I know most of you don't know who this guy is. Basically, he's a character more like a villain in the early days of the Dragon Ball when Goku is still a kid.
You're next, little one.
That's it!
So let's do a little unboxing here. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the box. So it's the very standard box that I think most of the Dragon Ball characters design comes with. It has been quite standard in a way that I think we are all getting used to it. So I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's a very efficient way. Sometimes I even think it's better than the Marvel. So we can see the characters here holding the Dragon Balls, and of course this is from the Dragon Ball series. Okay, not Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. Okay, looking very good. You can see the characters up here, and from the side you can just see the name Tao Pai Pai, and at the side here you can see his iconic tongues out, and right up here you will see all the poses and pictures that he can do. Okay, very nice. You can see this one. This is the classic iconic one, together with a pillar that he can just easily break with his finger.
No.
Okay, now let's crack this open. Okay, so this is Mr. Tao Pai Pai right out of the box. Let's take a closer look. Okay, you can see that he has the iconic look, peace look. Okay, and this very tradition clothing, Chinese tradition clothing, very nice. Sorry, I can't read what's the words for this. Maybe I'll try to do some research and let you guys know. Wow, okay, not too bad, but he's a little shorter than I thought he will be. Okay, maybe I'll do some comparison later that you can see. Okay, mostly it's very good. There's no paint smearing and no shading or whatsoever. Okay, at the side, wow, this is classic. Kill you. I never realized that he have this word behind him. Okay, and the ponytail, which is can articulate. And what an odd way to tie his ponytail with the pink ribbons. Okay, I never thought that. Very nice overall. I wouldn't say that it's bad in any way. Well, it's s.h.figuarts after all, so the quality is there. Okay, let's take a look at the articulations. Okay, so as always, we start with the head. His head can pretty much come out. Well, you have to pull his ponytail up to turn his head most of the time, otherwise it will actually hinder a little bit. Okay, look up pretty much this, and look down pretty much a lot as well. Okay, he have a butterfly joint. Okay, very nice, and he can move pretty much 360 degrees, no problem there. There's an arm swivel, very nice. It's actually quite well hidden, I didn't notice at first. Okay, and then he have a double joint elbow. very nice. Everything is there, and the hand can pretty much move. And there's two articulation here. There's two joint. And you can bend down pretty much. Wow. Okay, didn't expect him to bend down this much, but it has a very big gap already, so it's not good. Bend forward, not much, but again the gap starting to show up, which isn't very good as well. So you can pretty much turn side by side. And for the lower part, I believe there will be a hinder, because although this piece is a soft plastic, but I believe there still be some hindering. Okay, splitting wise, not too good. Yeah, just like this. Okay, and there's a swivel on the joint, on the ball joint. Okay, and there's a double joint knee. Okay, this is pretty much you can do. Let's try to kick forwards. Not good because of this piece here, but you can do it in a way that kicking towards this side, and then just bend forward his body so that it looks like he's kicking straight. Okay, otherwise you want to kick this way, it's impossible because of this piece. Okay, this is pretty much how he can go with this piece here. And going backwards, don't think so. Okay. Yep, and there's a movement on the legs, of course, and there's a toe hinge. Okay, so the articulation is pretty good on the upper part of the body, I would say, but the lower part is kind of hindering, but I think it's still good to do some of the iconic poses. Oh yeah, sorry about that. There's a separate neck piece that comes with it. Okay, so his head can move separately with the neck. Okay, yep, comes up again. Okay, so there's a separate neck piece. Okay, now let's get through the accessories. Okay, so as you can see, this Tao Pai Pai actually comes with lots of accessory. Okay, and let's go through the hands first. So for the hands, it comes with the usual closed fist hand that is already on the figure. Okay, then we have a pair of hands, which is something like his iconic pose before he fights. Okay, very odd posing. And then there is these two. I can say that is a relaxed hand, or it's the kind of hand that he just slapped someone with. Okay, and then the next one is a right hand for finger pointing. Okay, and then he comes with a pair of, not a pair, I mean 2 pieces of cloth, something like a flying cloth for his front and back, I believe. And this is when he's actually flying by riding on this pillar that we mentioned just now. Let's take a look at the Dragon Ball first. This is the last one that we are waiting for, at least for me. And it's a 7-star Dragon Ball. Okay, it's the last piece. Okay, and then we have this pillar here, which is very soft. Okay, because it is actually empty inside, like a model kit. So it's very well made, because it really makes me think that it's a hard piece of like wood, but it's actually not. Okay, yep. And all these holes have their own functions, which I will explain later. Okay, and let's go through the faces first. Okay, we have the standard piece off kind of look, and then we have this one, which is like a shocking one or angry one. Yeah, it's quite multi-purpose. You can make him like a shock or in pain, or he's angry. Yep, and the iconic tongues out. Wow, look at the length of his tongue. My god. Okay, I'm sure this one can be used for many funny scenes. Yep, very long tongue. Okay, and right up next we'll see some of the pegs. This is for his leg. Yep, there are different. The lower part of his shoe can be taken off and replaced with this. Okay, and these are the pegs for the pillar, so that you can let him stand on it. Okay, and also there are tons and tons of these effects. This is the base effects for the pillar, so that it looks like it's actually flying. Yeah, lots of effects. Okay, that I will show you guys how to actually put it on. And of course, with all this accessory, you can expect a very huge instruction manual. Wow, okay, just look at that. Okay, there are basically two ways that he can stand on the pillar. Either he's standing on it, or he's actually doing the flying pose. Okay, then he show you how to remove the the piece from his feet, his shoe, to replace with. Yep, very big piece of paper. And this effects is for the Shenrong. If you buy the Dragon Ball Shenrong, which I didn't, it will comes with this piece, and it allows you to actually put all the 7 Dragon Balls on it, so that it will looks like it's actually summoning the dragon. Yep. Okay, so let's take a look at how we actually put on some of the accessories. Okay, so first of all, let's break this figure into half. Okay, yep, it's pretty easy. As you can see, it's a joint. They actually anticipated for the exchange, so they make it into a. This is something new though, never seen this before. Okay, very nice. Okay, you can just take it out. Yep, very gently, as always, because you can see these pegs are small. Okay, be very gentle when you are removing it. This piece is actually the front. The difference is the big and the small. Okay, as you can see, the smaller piece is at the front, while the bigger piece is for the back. Okay, again, very gently slot it into the pegs. Yep, don't rush things, because these pegs are so tiny that you don't want to end up breaking anything. So you'll see the smaller piece is actually at the front and the bigger piece is at the back. This is how it is. You just put it back into it. Yep, voila. So this is the flying pose for him, and he likes to do this with both his arm and his back. Okay, yeah, very cool looking. Okay, so the next one, we have this pillar. Okay, and we have to take a look at the joints now. Okay, so in order to play with this, you need to remove all these pegs and all these parts from this thing, something like a Gundam, that you can remove it very easily. And do note that each of this one, okay, we'll take a look at this one. They have a numbering at the below. You can see that, and it's very tiny, like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so each of this numbering, actually you need to match with this one. Okay, is to put it on the pillar, and they do have some numberings there. Can you see it? Yeah, see that? Number 2, this is number 1, this is number 3, number 4, yep, number 4, number 6, yep, 6, and number 5 is this one. Okay, so you have to place all this to cover the holes. Okay, to cover all the holes. Why? It's because you don't need all the holes to be exposed if you are not using it. Okay, for the pose that this one, the very cool looking pose where he has his legs spread, you will be using these 2 holes. Okay, these 2 holes. So you will need this one to cover up the remaining holes, so that it doesn't look odd when you take pictures. There are 4 exposed holes. Okay, And when you are posing with this pose where he's just standing still, of course you'll be using either these two or these two. So you need to cover those holes that you are not using with this. So these are just to cover it up, not to hold the figure. Okay, and of course there will be different legs for different poses that we saw. So this two is for the very cool looking leg spread poses, and this one with the slanted pec is for when he's standing still. Okay, I'll show it to you guys, but first I'll need to remove these pecs. Okay, now I'm going to pose the one with the leg spread open. So I will cover these 4 holes right now with all the small pecs that I cut off. Let's take a look. So this one is number 1. So let's put the number 1 into this hole. Okay, so you just follow the shapes of it and just push in the pecs accordingly. And these pecs are extremely tiny, so make sure that you don't lose any of it. Okay, and the reason why it's not covering up entirely is because there's still some leftovers of the plastic that I'm supposed to cut off, and because you can see just now that I'm using a big blades, by right you should have used those very tiny one which I used to have but it was broken. That will actually cut off more precisely. Okay, so if you want it to cover perfectly, you have to slice off those excessive plastics so that it will cover off nicely. Okay, so now let's move on to the third one.
So which is this one? Let's see, third one, yep. And again, just put it based on the shapes.
Okay, so I'm leaving up these 2 holes for the legs. Okay, so let's take a look at how to actually take it up. The instruction manual says you have to push up the toe hinge like this, and then just use some of your fingernail, which I doesn't have. Try to, yep, just pull it up. Okay, very easily. And as I mentioned just now, these 2 with the slanted pec is for him when he's standing still, but this is not the pose that I want him. So I'll put it aside. I'll use these 2 instead. Okay, does it differentiate? Yep, it does differentiate the left and the right. You can see there's a L here. You see? There's a L here and there's a R here. Okay, so this is for the left leg. Okay. Okay, you can see the excessive plastic that I mentioned just now. If you use those Bandai blades or cutter, it will actually clean it up much better. Okay, right now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Maybe I'll clean it up later. Okay, so just need to push it in. Okay, like this. Same goes for, see, because it's not clean, the toe hinge couldn't close properly, so I need to do it later. Okay, even the standard one that comes on the figure, it will have the left and right label there. Okay, so you can't miss out or mix up. Okay, let's put it on. Okay, so it's going to be like this, and now you can actually put it on. Looking very cool. something like this. Very cool looking. Oops. Okay, now we'll go through the base. I'll keep all these accessories, the base. Okay. Oops. Stand still, yeah. So we need to have this one to connect the figure with the base. So very closely you can see this one is supposed to be here. Let's see. Yeah, again, be very gentle with the joints because it looks fragile to me. Okay, so once you connected it, you connect the figure, these two holes, into here. Okay, let's see. Yep, so this is how it looks like. Wow. Okay, looking very cool. I'm sorry it's out of the frame. Show it to you guys right now. Yep, so this is how it looks like. Very cool. Okay, so right up next I will show you the other pose whereby he will stand still. Okay, so let's exchange back to his just the front part, because it seems that because he's flying straight, so this piece here should actually be steady, not flying. Okay, something like this, because he's looking straight. Okay, so now let's change the legs to the other one, the slanted one that I mentioned just now. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and then we'll need to take out the pegs for the ones that we don't need to. Okay, I'll have him to stand. Yeah, I think I'll take out these two instead. Okay, so you just need to push from below very easily. Okay, and I'll cover up these two, which is number 6. This is okay, number 2 first. Okay, okay, so just cover up the 2 holes, put it back on, have him stand on it. Okay, the reason why the pegs is slanted is because when he stand on it, he actually not standing right on top of it. He's actually standing slightly at the side. Okay, so you have to actually move his leg. Oops, wow, this is bad. Okay. So you actually have to move his leg something like this. I'll show it to you guys. Give me a moment. So his leg is something like this, be slanted in. Okay, this is how he stand. Okay, put back figures. Okay, so he should be standing like this. For the standing still, you need to use the extra ones. Okay, because this one, the leg spread open is actually flying up. When he's just throwing it up, he actually stand like that. Once it's actually smooth flying, should be straight on it, not like that. So you need to remove this piece and connect it like this. Okay, so this piece will act as the middle portion between this piece and the base. Okay, so that it'll be more straight now that you can see. Okay, so again, just join it to the base very easily, and voila, now he's standing straight. I know you guys can't see it, just give me a moment, I'll show it to you guys, don't worry. Okay, now this is how it looks like. It's actually flying straight. Okay, very nice. Okay, so right up next I will show you how to exchange the face, which is pretty easy. Basically, you just pull it out and just put it on. Okay, very easy. Okay, right up next, let's move on to some size comparison. Of course, I will compare him with some Dragon Ball's figure. We'll have the s.h.figuarts Goku right here, and then of course we'll have the recent released Jiren. Okay, she's looking pretty big. And then we will have some Dragon Star first form Frieza. Okay, she's looking pretty good. And also some figurized Kid Buu, which is a little too big. Okay, and also a big fat Buu from s.h.figuarts. This is the one with the custom head. Okay, oops, you can't see him. How about now? And right up next, I'll compare him with some Kit Bash. This is the Android 18, which I Kit Bash. The body is actually from Figma. Okay, and also this third-party Android 17, which if you are interested, you can check out the my review right on the top right corner. And he doesn't want to stand. Okay. And right up next, we have some non-Dragon Balls, non-s.h.figuarts. Let's start with the Marvel Legends Spider-Gwen. The head is actually from Nota Studio. And also we have some Mayfax. This is the Mayfax from the Kingsman body. The head is Tony Stark from the Maniple. And next we will have my favorite Figma Deadpool. Okay. Very nice with the underpants. And also some Mesco Cyclops. And also I'd like to compare with this underrated figure, which is the from Great Twins Terminator T800. Very nice figure. Okay. And I always save the best for the last. Of course, we'll have the entire team here for the s.h.figuarts Dragon Ball series. We have the Master Roshi. Okay, the dirty old man Master Roshi. Let's put him right behind because we have 6 more to go. Sorry, 5 more to go. And then we will have the Kid Krillin. Okay. Of course, how can we forget the Bulma? And then we'll have another Bulma. Okay. I just hope they keep giving us other variants of Bulma. Okay, maybe let's put it like this. And of course, the huge Piccolo Daimyo. I still like this face. Okay, and last but not least, the Kid Goku. This is the SDCC version. I do have the normal red version, but I just think of posing this one. Okay. Yep, so these are the 7 characters for 7 Dragon Balls. Okay, the complete set. And right here we have the 7 Dragon Balls. Okay. Yep. So comes forward Shenron. Okay, so my final verdict for this guy is I'm giving him a 8 out of 10. Not that it's not a great figure, it's just that he's really not one of my wanted list. Okay, he's not in my wanted list. I was thinking to have something or someone that is more into the family of the Goku when he's a kid, so maybe someone like a young version of Yamcha, or maybe even Tien. Yep, that would actually form a very nice family. But this guy and Piccolo Daimon is like, he just doesn't really fit into what I wanted. Okay, maybe the recent Chi-Chi will be a good choice. I know some of you guys actually wanted him, which I still don't know why, but he's still very fun with his tongue out. I kind of like it, and I'm giving him an 8 because I kind of like the accessories, especially the pillar. You can see just now when he's standing on it, it's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to display him with a pillar because there's no way that I can have a storage space for that. It's pretty big. Okay, for you guys who are into Dragon Ball, especially the very early version when Goku is still a kid, I think this is must have. I pretty much enjoy the scenes with him because he's quite funny.
You ruined my outfit!
But as a collection wise, I don't mind not to have him, but because he's the last one who have the Dragon Ball, so there's no choice that I must get him. Damn it, Bandai. Okay, so I hope you like this simple review. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and of course leave me any comments below if you have any further question about him. And before you leave, I hope you will check out my playlist, okay, and also check out my channels and my videos. I have more than 300 videos by now, as you guys know. Just browse around, see if there's any videos that you would like to know, you like to watch, or something that might interest you, or you have some ideas that you know that I have the figures but I haven't made such videos, maybe something like a comparison or head swapping, so you guys can just let me know. I might consider doing it, no promise, okay? Yeah, so until then, I'll see you in those videos. Bye.